Mr. Rutherford, the floor is yours for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Secretary Noem, I have to say, it's already been mentioned a couple times, the amazing speed with which you all turned around the southern border. And I know that a big piece of that was your endorsement of the 287G program. I fought with Secretary Mayorkas, your predecessor, to try and expand that program. He refused to do it, even though his own acting ICE secretary said in a hearing before this committee that 287G was the best thing since sliced bread because it protected officers and the community. And so I want to thank you for that. You all came in and overnight, it seems, added 300 agencies to the 287G program. That's an amazing accomplishment, and I think that's a reason for a lot of the success that you've seen there. In fact, my own agency, where I had started 287G back 15 years ago, we were part of Operation Tidal Wave, and just great success in Florida with all the sheriffs and chiefs coming together. 1,120 illegal aliens taken off the street, 63% of which, Madam Secretary, actually had criminal arrests and convictions prior to that. So two questions about 287G. Number one, what can we do to help you get more agencies involved? And number two, what do you need from the standpoint of technology? You just mentioned the technology. What can we do to help you get those agencies trained and the technology that they need to get into those databases so that we can actually run these 287G programs, which are better than sliced bread, at top efficiency?
Yeah, well, thank you, Congressman, for talking about this program because it is incredibly important to our strategy of having the enforcement that we need to really address the criminal activities that we've seen out on the ground. 287G is a partnership between our officers, ICE, CBP, that brings everybody to the table. It's an agreement that's signed with local law enforcement or state law enforcement that allows us to operate in a task force model to go out and make sure that we're having more bodies, more people a part and backup of these operations on the ground going after dangerous criminals. We have today, I believe, 598 agreements out there across the country, over 6,200 different officers that has brought alongside of us to work alongside of us to protect our communities, and they've done incredible work. You referenced what was done in Florida on Operation Tidal Wave. Those 1,120 dangerous criminals are off the streets now today, and they are people that were here illegally, broke our laws, and now they are having the opportunity to face consequences and to go home to their home countries. I would say that we're looking for more agreements like that across the country, and we'll continue to build on it. What Florida did by having a whole of state approach is what we want to build out and model in every other state as well. And we've had partnerships from the DEA, ATF, DOJ, state highway patrols. We've had, obviously ICE, U.S. Marshals, CBP, local law enforcement, cities, county sheriffs. People who've committed their whole life to upholding the law. And having the scales of justice apply equally to everybody are a part of this team. And it has been wonderful to see people jump in and be a part of it to make sure that we have not just the authorities that we need to go out there and to work, but also to have the local knowledge and the people in their community that really want to be a part of the solution and making them safe again.
Well, we look forward to continuing that. I want to ask very quickly, I don't have much time left, but I want to ask about these recalcitrant countries that, we have 1.2 million deportation orders out there that are waiting for these countries to take them back. I was shocked under the Biden administration that Secretary Mayorkas claimed he couldn't send them home because they wouldn't take them. But now I understand that now that you're in charge of DHS and the Trump administration State Department working together, that there's been some change in that. And can you talk a little bit about how that's going?
Yeah, so the Department of State is the entity that negotiates travel documents and the ability to repatriate people back to their home countries. And they've done phenomenal work in giving us the opportunity to do that. There are some countries that are still refusing to take their own citizens, and I would reiterate that every single country has a responsibility to take their citizens back. And that has always been something that has been an international common sense agreement that has existed. Many of the countries today, even as they are working with us, aren't taking their citizens home very quickly. They may limit us to 1 or 2 planes a week. Mexico had a limitation on us for quite a period of time, even a limitation on what kind of aircraft we could use. And so working with those countries is a diplomatic job that consistently needs to be stayed on top of. So many times while we have people that are brought into our facilities and ready to be returned home, getting those travel documents and the permission to return them to their countries is incredibly important.
Thank you very much for getting them out. I see my time's expired. I yield back.